All right, so I got this chicken. And let me show you what all I put on it. Now, let's just go ahead and go over here so I can show you guys. I've got a little deep fryer, and if you don't have a deep fryer, just any steel pan or iron skillet, just something that you can get deep enough to deep fry the chicken, okay, where the chicken's floating in it. So I happen to have one of these. And what I do to start off with is I put it on about 250, 260, okay? I'm not going to cook the chicken at that temperature the whole time, but just so you know up front, that's where I'm starting at, okay? Now, I've got Chris's special seasoning. Seasoning is I have 2 teaspoons of cayenne pepper, 2 teaspoons of white pepper. If you don't have white pepper, just double up on the black pepper. 2 teaspoons of black pepper, which is in here. 4 teaspoons of salt, 4 teaspoons of paprika, and then we have a little thing that we throw it in, and I, stir it up in there and put it in this little thing. So we have my seasoning because it's really good for pork chops and chicken and stuff like that. It's got a little zip to it, which is good because we're making fried chicken wings. All right, I take some all-purpose flour, or you can use self-rising. It'll be fine. Either one of those will be okay. All right, so the first thing I do is I season. I'll season all these wings, okay? So what I'll probably do is I'm going to season them and kind of toss them around in here because they are coated pretty good with this butter. But you can see what I'm doing there. I'm going to get a little seasoning on each side, around on the wing, and I'm going to lightly dredge it, okay? I am not going to double dip it. We just want a very light dredge of flour. And it's going to stick on here pretty easy, okay? But I'm not going to press it in or anything like that. Now let's get this in the sink. Let's get our hands clean again. Now, the longer that chicken sits there, the wetter it's going to look. You can already see some of the ones down on the bottom are starting to look kind of wet. And that's not thick coating of flour. So the wetter it looks, the better, because that means your coating is going to stay on there. It's not going to fall off the chicken. A lot of people have problems with their coating falling off the chicken, and usually that's because they coated it really good, and then they immediately put it in there and fried it. You need to wait and let that coating get a little wet, and like it will physically look wet. Now, the good thing about having this deep fryer is I can regulate the temperature. Like I said, right now, I got it on about 250 or 265. It says it is ready. So I'm going to drop a bunch of wings in here. So let's take the lid off right there. And let's go over to my chicken and see how it's looking wetter and wetter. If we waited a few more minutes, it would look even wetter. Okay. And for sake of time, normally I would probably let it sit there about 10 or 15 minutes. Okay. So I'm going to get this in the fryer. I'm going to take my little basket out of the fryer. And the reason I've got this over here is because I've got a fan. And I don't know if this is going to smoke because I haven't used it in a while, and I don't want the fire alarm to go off. So, because we've done that a few times on our videos, set off our fire alarm. So I'm trying to have it where the fan is on right here. So normally I would have this somewhere else. So I'm just going to, if I make a mess again, I'm going to have to clean it up. All right. So I'm going to take my little pieces of chicken. I'm going to kind of shake them off a little bit. I don't want a bunch of extra flour in there. Put it in here. And this is going to take probably maybe 3 batches to cook this. And with oil that I'm using when I fry chicken, that's about all the time I'm going to take. All right. So you can see I just dropped it down in there. It's frying on a low temperature. I'm going to cook it on that temperature for 8 minutes. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to turn on my 8-minute timer. If you want to, you can take those wings and you can put them in a freezer and then refry them later, or put them in the air fryer later, or something like that. In other words, you can continue to cook them even while they're frozen. But what we're going to do is we're going to go through the whole process. Now, if you don't want to mess with this part of it, you can just put them on 350 and cook them till you feel like they're ready. We like our wings really, really done. Okay, we don't like the rubbery, soft wings. We want the wings completely cooked. Okay, and that's the way we like them. Now, you cook them the way you like them. I use this kind of peanut oil. The chicken's not cheap. You know, this is not a cheap meal. And if you don't believe me, go to one of these wing places and order you a dozen wings and see how much it costs, because it is not cheap. All right, now that's our 8 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these wings, I'm going to lift them out of here. Now they're just partially cooked, okay? 8 minutes on about 250. I'm going to turn it up to a hot temperature, about 375. Okay, so I'm going to give that, because that oil is broken down some because that chicken's been cooking in it. So I'm going to let these wings kind of sit there while that oil gets up to 375. Now, 375 is a hotter temperature than I normally would cook my chicken. All right, so that's why I don't leave it in there the whole time on 375. To me, it kind of burns it up. So we're going to put it on 375 for, it says 10 minutes, 8 or 10 minutes. So let's wait on this to get the way we want it, and then we'll get that done. All right, so once again, we're waiting. You can't leave it on 375 the whole time. That's why I do it that way. So let's put our timer on. Kitchen timer, 1, 0, 0, 0. Start. Okay. 10 minutes, letting it fry. If you want to spice up your sauce, all right, like we like Sweet Baby Ray's stuff pretty much. But if you want to make it a little bit more zing, there's a lot of things you can do. You can put, of course, a little more hot sauce in there if you want to. You can put a little vinegar. Some people put melted butter, mix it in with melted butter, you know, and then they'll put it in the oven and that kind of stuff. There's all kind of tricks with these wings. What we like to do, the simplest thing, and vinegar is really good. You put a little extra vinegar in there. That's a little secret for you. But what we really like to do is fry them just like this. And then take our wings once they get done. We let them sit for 5 minutes. And they're going to be nice and crunchy, nice and crispy. If you take a bunch of sauce and you put it on there and let them sit there waiting on your guest, it doesn't matter how crispy those things are. By the time the people get there to eat them, they're going to be soggy. Okay, it's going to soften up your crust and all that kind of stuff. So what we do, and the way we like to do it, is when we eat our chicken wings, we just leave them out, and then we'll dip the chicken in the sauce. Like we'll have the sauce on the side. And we'll dip the chicken in the sauce, and we'll put some ranch on it and eat it that way. That way you get the crispy and the sauce and the ranch. You know, you get it all. Now, some people like to have the sauce on the wing. That's up to you. Different places do it different ways. But if you want to put that sauce on that wing and it still be crispy, you really need to know what you're doing. It's not one of the easiest things in the world to make happen. To me, the easiest thing to do is to do it this way. What kind of vinegar? If I put vinegar in there, it can be usually just a little white vinegar, and not much now. And I'm telling you, it don't take hardly any, and that is just, it just gives it a really, really strong, a little extra flavor to it. I haven't done that in a long time with my, like I said, a little bit goes a long way. But you could try that. You may really find that you really like it. And like I said, you could put a little extra hot sauce in there. You can put the butter in there and then put them in there's all kinds of things. Okay, this has got 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I've got a rack over here. Turn you guys this way. I've got like a wire rack. I've got some paper towels underneath it. That's what I'm going to set my chicken on. If you set your chicken straight on paper, it's going to get kind of greasy, okay? So I like to give it a chance for 5 minutes to sit here and get that, excess grease off of it. We've got a little bowl of ranch sauce right there. Like I said, we like the Sweet Baby Ray's. That's Tammy. She likes mild. I like something a little hotter. But, whatever you like. That's the cool thing about these wings is whatever flavor it is that you like. Chicken wings are pretty flexible. You can do a lot of different things with them. These fryers are really nice. You end up using the bad thing about the fryers is you end up using more oil than you might normally use, okay? Instead of just using a pan or whatever. I don't really know that for sure, but I feel like I use more oil when I use these. But the good thing about them is the quality of the chicken wing that you're going to make, or the quality of the fried chicken or the fish that you deep fry. Anything like that's going to be really good. Here's that chicken again that I showed you earlier. So now it's about as wet looking as it's going to get. And any of that loose flour, I'll shake off before I put it in here for my second batch. Okay. So if you're going to host a Super Bowl party or something like that, before you hop in there and volunteer to make the chicken wings, just remember there's a lot to it, okay? That's why a lot of people do the air fryer. That's why a lot of people do the oven. Flavor-wise, what's best? Frying them. All right, so I can take this. You got it shook off there pretty good. Dump this chicken on here. I'm going to cut it back down so it goes back down to about 250, 260. All right, let's give you guys a close-up of the chicken. Let me take off my glove. And this chicken is really hot, but, I'm real manly and all that. And I'm going to show you this. This chicken is very crunchy, very crunchy. And there you can see how it's kind of pulled away. The little tendons have pulled away right there. It's really, really done. It's not going to be dry. It is a fantastic piece of fried chicken, okay? And as long as you can hear it. Well, you can't hear it. Can you hear that?
Yeah, bring them over here for the light.
Yeah, let's go in the light.
Hey, y'all, your face. But I haven't brushed my hair or anything. But anyway.
All right.
I have to come down here to try the wings, of course. And Chris didn't show you my wing sauce. I don't know if they can hear me.
Probably not. Here.
Chris didn't show you guys my wing sauce.
Got it.
My wing sauce is mild, of course. I also, oh, you did? I also like to use Asian sweet sauces on my wings. It's delicious. But the only thing about using the Asian or a sauce that's got a lot of sugar in it, if you're making it in the air fryer, you need to be sure that you don't put it on there until like the last couple of minutes of cook time, or it will burn on your chicken wings. I'm doing really good. I think I'm doing better this time with COVID than the first time I got it. It's the same virus. I can tell by my symptoms. The second one I got was Omicron, however you say it. It was totally different. the symptoms were totally different. This time is the exact same as it was the first time. So the first one I got was September of 21, and that's what this one is like. So this is February of 24. And then when I got Omicron, it was when it was so big and going around so quick, and that was in February of 22. The biggest problem that I'm having today is I thought I was all better and I thought I was going to be able to get up and really get to work, but my throat is starting to hurt again and my ears are starting to hurt, and that's aggravating because that was one of the first symptoms I had. So I'm hoping that that's going to go away. But anyway, making wings is a long process, and Chris had to do a lot of talking. But boy, they're going to be good. Y'all take a look at them. And I'm going to go ahead and eat one. Can I eat one?
Yeah, they should be, they're really nice.
I'll
and
eat one
crunchy.
without the sauce
So you
just to
wanna
show
taste
you
one?
guys.
Oh, they're good without sauce. If you got kids and whatever,
Yeah.
just give them that.
Let me show it to y'all. It's good and crunchy. The reason we cook them in 2 different temperatures is because it's perfect for freezing your wings. If you want to get them out, prep them, do that first fry, then you can take them out and put them in your freezer, and then you can just do your second fry after they're frozen, or you can put them in the air fryer. They're good.
Yeah,
They're perfectly cooked. I'm very picky about wings.
Yeah, we really have a hard time
Yes.
getting wings right when we go out to places.
Right.
That we really, there's not many places we'll eat their wings.
No, and we even say double fry, or we want them extra crispy, and they'll still come out rubbery. Or you'll bite into it. Most of the wings you get out have been in the freezer for a long time. You bite into the wing and the bone looks black, and I just don't like all that. This is fresh chicken that you make at home. It's cooked the way you like it. It's good and done and absolutely delicious.
And it's not overdone. Like, we cook them a long time.
Oh, no,
but
it's not.
dry. It's not,
No.
it's if you'll try it the way that we did it with that split
Time.
temperature and split time, you'll be happy with it. Like I said, you don't have to do it. You can put it on 350 and just fry it.
Well, the
But do
first
not
fry,
don't put it on like 375 and expect to cook it 18 minutes.
right.
It's going to be hard.
Because you're
Yeah.
cooking them at a low temperature for the first fry, it's almost like steaming them, kind of like Kentucky Fried Chicken, steaming your chicken. And that way you get a nice tender inside and then a crunchy outside. So that's why you do the 2 different fry cooks. Go ahead and take this off of me. I've taken over your show. If you're just tuning in, this is Collard Valley Cooks. I actually have COVID for the 3rd time, and I haven't had it in 2 years. What? I was going to give it back to you. So Chris has been taking care of me, and he's the best caretaker. And he didn't get COVID the first time that I had it, and this time he's not getting it. It doesn't seem like, and he didn't get it the first time. And this is the same strand. I can tell that I had the first time. So I don't know. He must be immune to it from having the shot. Anyway, well, we appreciate you watching.
I'm gonna have all these ate before I get the second batch done.
I know I'm hungry.
I'm starving. These are so good.
Yeah, they are.
I forgot how good they were. We hadn't made them in a long time.
Yes.
And again, you can see it's a lot to it. It's not easy.
No,
but it's worth it. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Thanks for watching.
I want to kiss him, but I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
Bye, y'all. Love ya.
Bye.